a pile of Matchbox cars. We are 5AliveVP. I'm Bobby T.
I'm Martin.
And I'm Krizza.
And thank you for hanging out in the arcade. We are live tonight after 14 days of not being live. I'd gone on vacation.
Rough.
Checked in randomly. Rough. Yeah, it was pretty rough.
And crazy shit's happening.
Everything exploded while we were gone. Like, we really have to, like, kind of hold ourselves back right now. Because there's so much.
I squeed multiple times while watching WWE programming this week.
Oh my god. It's too much, man. It's too much.
It's too much.
You're too close.
You're too close. I guess there are a couple things I have to talk about.
Oh crap, Jacob
What?
Luna, I'm sorry I did not. Oh man.
What'd you do?
So he asked if I did the WrestleMania point at the Disney sign.
You're the worst.
You can't act. Well, here's the thing: the sign that you'd want to do the pointing at, you're not allowed to get out of your car at. Like there's nowhere
you're not allowed
to
to
pull
point.
out.
You're not allowed to point at the Disney.
Yeah.
in
There
Florida,
is
it is
a
illegal to
severe
point now.
point ban.
Yeah, the pointing ban. That's what all those kids were protesting.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, we got Ryan on. Ninja is also on. What's
Nice.
going on, brother?
How's it going, guys?
So, Ron, he says, and I'm Arson Brothers, Ninja, oops, wrong show, welcome back. Yeah, no, we had a really good time. This was a very NWO trip, to the point where I think I listened to the NWO theme song.
So by the end of it,
you're
you're in 4 different factions. Everyone hates you. You're filled with old people who aren't talented at all.
No,
when
not
did,
even a little
when
bit.
did
It was
Virgil
amazing.
show up?
How did Beefcake get back into this thing?
God damn it! What's his name now?
Now,
So
how many sandwiches did you have to buy, Virgil, while you were gone?
7.
Wow.
It was
$70.
he hung around for a while. At one point, it was like a lawyer on retainer that you didn't know was charging you. He's like, "Hey man, we gotta settle up."
And how much baby metal did you make Mommy T listen to?
All of it.
Yeah.
No,
Baby
actually,
Metal's trip.
no. What ended up happening was I made a little bit of a mistake. I forgot to bring the adapter cord for. I have the iPhone 7, so for the out, you need that. So I didn't really go to a mall, so there wasn't really a Best Buy available. It was just so we couldn't hook into the stereo. It didn't have Bluetooth. So I was kind of beholden to Central Florida rock stations.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, it was rough.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
How much Kid Rock did you listen to?
Oh, much like Baby Metal.
Were
all of it.
you
No,
going down to New Orleans?
No. What song played? They did play Harvester of Sorrow by Metallica.
Oh, that's
So that was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
That was actually also when I was pretty fired up. I was going to dinner at my favorite place, and it came on, and I was speeding through the resort. Like, it said speed. Look, it
running
said speed.
Brazilians over left and right.
It said speed jump, I think. I didn't look at the sign too much. I just kind of grazed it. So, but yeah, I was speeding around. Harvester of Sorrow was playing on screen NWO with my 2 speed up in the air. It was pretty awesome. It was a good trip. But I did come back with a ton of exclusives.
That's
Nice.
good.
So we have a couple things to give away.
Exclusive Legionnaire's disease you got at Disney.
I did. I sucked it right in. It's like on the plane, I was that guy going.
Sir, if you could
You're like,
stop
I need one last whiff of old people and death before I go back to Connecticut.
Mal Y is on. He said Kid Rock is an American hero.
Oh, God.
Oh, God. Oh.
Kid Rock is an American tragedy.
But yeah, we did keep the radio off mostly. It was
What do
really
you
bad.
What do you think? Like, I think Kid Rock is what happens when you mix Flint, Michigan water
All right. Yeah. Well.
with stale Detroit beer.
Okay.
And,
Okay.
An old American flag that's
Trailer
been
park.
outside in the weather way too long.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
You
like
gotta use that as a
runoff-
poncho.
Yep, the runoff of a trailer park.
yeah, and
And then-
Sweet Home Alabama on
And then
on
Eminem
loop
farts.
over and over.
Eminem farts near
It's
it,
all
so it
rough,
gets some modicum of talent, and then
Ugh.
and then they sing the lyrics of Sweet Home Alabama while they're stirring
He's
the
doing
pot.
something else.
Yes.
I like it.
God damn it!
I'm
I hate
listening.
me some Kid Rock.
We are losing. We just lost 2 viewers. I am not even joking. We went from 9 to 7 in that rant. You guys are the worst.
Look, if you can't handle me not liking Kid Rock, then you can't handle our show.
Now why just put a heartbroken logo emoji in the chat? Oh man, 5Live losing viewers left and right.
That's what we do.
Oh man, we didn't get a thumbs down though, I guess.
So there you go.
They don't even deserve a thumbs down. We're
Yeah,
just gonna leave.
They're going back to Windsor. They don't care.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that is too funny. So yeah, it's been a pretty crazy week. I just want to get into my favorite thing right now, and that is what is on our table, dude.
Just water?
It is
Trader
new
Joe's.
Trader Joe's.
Cranberry clementine flavor water. It is very, very delicious.
Cramentine.
So, no, it's the new Fallout by Just Toys International and Mega Merge. This is the Glios platform. There has been what we had mentioned very early on when we saw the early pieces probably about a month and a half back. The knee joints were reversed. So you didn't get a male, you had a female joint. Yeah. Jesse, in an upcoming drop and also in a Glios drop, will be including a reverse pin.
Oh, nice.
So you can pin it to take different legs and different pieces.
Oh, cool.
But there have been so many customs of these things. I'm blown away by it. I
love this figure. It's gorgeously done. I bought all 4 myself. You obviously got all 4. I was lucky enough that when you told us that GameStop was taking pre-orders, I went and pre-ordered 3 of them, and then my local GameStop, they were like, "Oh, we got the 4th one. Do you want that one too?" I was like, "Yes, I do want that."
I just want to make sure everyone knows we did get a like. We had 5 likes.
Oh.
Changed to 4 likes and a dislike.
Nice.
Again, that's what I'm here for.
Oh, that is too funny.
Now, I do like the water. The sparkling water is very good. The only thing that's missing, no crantioxidants. I'm very disappointed.
Oh man,
that
I
there's
mean,
no crantioxidants.
you know the crantioxidants is the only thing that's holding the disease back.
Awesome. We have Cynthia throwing up 2 sweets.
Ah, there you go.
So,
it was probably Mal.
Do you want to get sued?
I hope it's Mal.
Yeah,
I really do.
It's
It's so good.
Yeah.
Dude, you know what's funny is that we did discover that on YouTube, a thumbs up is the same as a thumbs down, is the same as a comment.
Yeah,
so, do whatever you like. It is really, really funny. However, I hope
Bobby
it was
T,
Mal.
it's a 1 sweet. Do you want to get sued?
Yeah.
Excuse me. So yeah, Cynthia is actually pretty awesome. We met her down at Disney World. She works at Epcot. She's actually from Hong Kong. Yeah, I think it's as far as I'll go.
Yeah.
She is actually from Hong Kong, though. It was really cool to talk to her and see kind of the other side of it.
I don't think she'd like me then if she's from Hong Kong.
No, she would not be a fan of Chris and some of his views. Not a fan somewhere in the 80s. Your differences.
Yeah.
So, hey, we got 10 people on. We're going to do a giveaway. So, let's jump into some of the exclusives we got here. One thing I thought was kind of funny, was some Mickey ears of the Captain America. So we'll probably end up giving
there are
those
actually
away.
2 sets of ears on there? Because we have the wings as well.
Yeah, wings in there. So we actually have in X size extra large, the new 5Alive tee.
Sweet.
I still don't have one of these. God damn it.
This is actually pretty awesome. It's the Vinylmation figures, but it's a random of the Star Wars line.
Oh, nice.
You get that? That was actually a park exclusive. We'll give away the one that got a little clanged up in shipping, and that is the Golden Collector. It's a Disney Parks exclusive pop of the Benicio del Toro.
Exactly. Who's never wanted a Benicio del Toro?
So yeah,
now you can reenact your usual suspects.
GameStop made a Benicio del Toro pop for the Star Wars.
I'm sorry, I had that Avatar piece, but it's upstairs somewhere, so I'll have to grab that. But we have a couple things to give away, guys.
Yeah.
That is pretty awesome.
Look at all this stuff.
We're not going to give it all away. You know, that's not one
yes.
giveaway, but we'll do one probably after our first segment here.
Yeah.
Good times, guys. And we're getting thumbs downs. Thank you very much, everybody. I just looked down like 5 and 3. Son of a bitch. All right. So, what are you watching, Krista?
I actually went to the movies a couple times while we were on our little hiatus there. I saw the Strangers sequel today, Strangers Prey in the Night. It's a horror movie, home invasion thing. The main I guess villains are the guys. They wear like those like creepy porcelain masks.
And this is in the theater?
Yeah. It just came out I think last week. But it was all right. I enjoyed it. The horror aspect of it was pretty good. They're being terrorized in like a trailer park deal. And there was a scene like the last half or the last third of the movie was fantastic. The killing blows and just the story in general really ramped up at that point. The soundtrack was awesome. The only negative I have from the movie is that they really tried to harness the Stranger Things phenomena in this movie, like with the 80s, early 90s soundtrack, and even like the score of the movie, that synthy kind of pop,
that's
sound.
all over everything.
Yeah.
Even the logo, like even the opening credit tile for the Strangers.
It's really funny. I originally, probably very much like 3 months into doing this, I had found a free music site, and it was a free usage, and there was one of those synthy kind of things. And I was like, hey, maybe we'll use that. And I'm like, no, fuck that.
Yeah.
No, it's over. Like when I immediately saw it there, and then I had the thought to do it, I'm like, no, it's already over if that's the case.
The other movie I saw
on everything.
Yeah, the other movie I saw in the theater earlier this week was the Death Wish remake with Bruce Willis.
Death Wish.
Yeah.
I know.
It was all right. Eli Roth directed it. It definitely kind of had a Last House on the Left feel to it more than
mega violence.
Yeah, and more of a revenge flick than just like vigilante justice thing that like the original one had. But it was good. The problem that I had with that movie is that the cop that is trying to figure out that Bruce Willis is doing all this stuff is the guy from Breaking Bad. What's his name? The main character's brother-in-law, the guy that works for the DEA.
Oh God, he plays, his name's Hank on the show.
Yeah, that dude. He's basically a poor man's Bruce Willis. So you have Bruce Willis talking to his poor man's clone.
So it'd be like Jack Nicholson in a movie with William Devane. And also Christian Slater.
Yeah.
Like,
you go. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see how that breaks down.
What's going on here?
But some of the revenge tactics that he takes, that he takes on to the bad guys that like wronged his family was awesome. He drops the car on the dude after he like stabs him with the scalpel and is putting like brake fluid in the
God.
in the cut. Yeah, it was awesome.
What the hell?
Yeah, dude, it was awesome. It was super cool. Like he's basically like acid burning him with.
And
with
did he tell him now you can stop or something?
No. But he did drop the car on him, which was cool. And then his brains explode out of the top of his head. It was
so it goes full garbage pail kids.
Well, see, and here's the thing: in the beginning,
sounds like what you just said.
In the first half of the movie, when after his family gets wronged, he's just taking down random criminals. Like there was a drug dealer in some neighborhood, and he kills him. And that was it. He just straight up shoots him or whatever, and that's it. And he leaves. But then when he gets to the criminals that have wronged his family, it's like straight up revenge. Like this is torture and like
gotcha.
So it did it escalated pretty quickly and it did go over the top. But I enjoyed it. The one good thing about it is that it got me into listening to Charles Bronson again, which is they're a grindcore power violence band. So I was like,
nice.
I want to listen to Charles Bronson.
Anything that gets more grindcore.
Yeah.
It's funny. I was just listening to one of our old episodes while I was driving from West Palm to Orlando. And I just put it on, and we do like a whole bit like grindcore needs to be in everything.
Yeah.
I don't know what episode it was. I can't remember.
I think it was the last one, doesn't it?
It might have been.
How if I ever got married, my future wife would have to run down the aisle to that wedding song in grindcore style.
So
she's got to get there in 30 seconds, basically, and then. She doesn't get there. She doesn't love me enough. That's it. No, the wedding's off. Everybody go home.
We'll go to the chat real quick. I put in there, what are we watching? Right now, Ninja's saying that he's watching Justice League and Thor Ragnarok, which we've talked about in past episodes where Martin believes it was great and you thought it was too much of a cartoon.
Yeah, it was.
More or less.
Yeah, it was all right, but it was too Guardians of the Galaxy for me.
So, Ryan replying 5 Alive. Duh. Thank you.
Yeah.
We're all watching 5 Alive. Those ears rule from Ninja. Thor Ragnarok felt too much like a comedy from Jacob Luna. Let's see. Oh, and then The Lost Boys. Luna said he's watching The Lost Boys on Blu-ray right now. Absolutely love that movie. I actually wanted to watch it recently. I just haven't seen a movie like that where it's violent, but it's not too violent. I think now we've crossed that line where you can't really, you either have nothing or all.
Yeah.
Or it's just like a Battlefield. Oh wow, I see you picked it up for $1. That is amazing. Where'd you get that for $1? I gotta check that out. Was it like a random like bin, or did you find it at Best Buy and on an online deal or something?
Yeah.
I want it. What are you watching, Martin?
I finally finished watching The Tick on Amazon,
nuts,
which is
awful to eat.
which is really really good. It's a remake of obviously The Tick. I hate it. I fucking hate it so fucking much right now. Oh god, I hate it. But The Tick is played by Peter Serafinowicz, and it's kind of weird to hear him with an American accent. There's a really funny part because in the pilot he has a completely different costume than he's wearing in the second one, obviously because there was a huge break in the filming, because what they do with Amazon is they film the pilot and then decide whether they want to pick it up later. But so they actually make a joke. Arthur's like, "Were you wearing something different?" He's like, "No, what?" But really, really well done. Every actor is right on note for how they're supposed to be. They're taking it a bit more seriously, like as far as how Arthur becomes a superhero and everything. And what is it? Jackie Earle Haley plays the Terror. And
that's awesome.
Oh wow,
it is amazing because he's such a prick, but he's not like, I'm horrendously evil prick. There's one part where he's playing the drums, and he's trying to get the guy who's teaching him the drums to yell at him like J.K. Simmons in Whiplash.
Nice.
And he's like, "You're not yelling at me enough." And then he ends up killing him. It's really, really good. I can't recommend it enough. If you have Amazon Prime, definitely check it out. And then I've been watching a crap ton of wrestling, which...
Wrestling has been insane. Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, have we ever seen the movie Rubber about the killer tire?
Yes.
Yeah, we've seen Rubber. Yeah. That was kind of... I remember seeing the trailer for it. I'm like, nah, it's a joke trailer. Yeah. And then someone's like, nah, dude, that's really
a clown trailer.
That's a clown trailer, bro.
Yeah.
So, I guess... in the chat, give a +1, and we will raffle off here. Let's see, what are we going to wave first? Maybe the ears?
Yeah.
Let's do the ears.
Captain America ears.
Mommy T said she's been watching the Disney in-room park promotion channel.
Nice.
Tells you what's going on that day at the parks.
Nothing is wrong. Everything is great.
Put a +1 in the chat if you want to be entered to win the ears. And I'll probably give you about a minute or two to do so. Watching wise, again, I haven't really just wrestling. And it wasn't really watching. I had to listen to it because I was either driving or in the park or doing something else. So I had my Bluetooth headset just kind of playing Raw, SmackDown, NXT, which was awesome this week. Non-stop wrestling podcasts and stuff. But like always kind of in the background of...
Yeah.
Because everything happened this week.
I know the big thing you want to talk about, but real quick, when we talk about Roderick Strong and Pete Dunne,
awesome as a tag team,
and
I stopped and watched that.
What it could lead to, because if they do the thing that they did last year, where it was, or not last year, 2 years ago, where they had Samoa Joe and Finn Balor team up, and then run the gamut, and then at the end it leads to Joe versus Balor. They could do that, except Strong betrays Dunne to move on to Undisputed Era, to team up with them, and then we get British Strong Style, because Dunne's got to team up with someone, so he brings Trent Seven and Tyler Bate in. And then we get BSS versus Undisputed Era, and then I jizz out my internet.
Yeah, no, I seriously went nuts. It was... The second I saw Pete Dunne, I actually stopped what I was doing. I'm like, all right, I need to watch this.
As soon as you hear that music, you're like, ah!
Yeah, so Jacob Luna saying that that opening, Ryan saying the intro to Raw was the worst. Terrible. absolutely terrible.
What they're trying to,
We see what they're trying to do.
And that's the thing. It's like it's like when you watch a movie, and obviously the movie was made for dumb people because everything is told to you 4 times. Like something happened 5 minutes ago, and then they have a flashback to something that happened like 5 minutes ago. You're like, I'm not dumb.
No,
Stop treating me like I'm dumb. And that's what this is. This is just like smacking you over the head.
And what's
like,
worse is they're trying to make Brock Lesnar bad,
right.
but it's not working because people don't like Roman. But yeah, it's really just a disaster.
My favorite is someone had the because Roman's been like, oh, Brock is Vince's boy. Someone had put the sign right in front of Roman as he's walking out to the aisle on a live show, and it's like, Roman, you're still very clearly Vince's boy.
Yeah, no, it was just such nonsense.
It's just the dumbest shit.
And what's worse is I keep trying to tell Ryan, like, look, wrestling is getting better.
Right.
And then the first thing he turns on is that. I'm like, oh, come on.
And this is the issue. Like, they're trying to have their cake and eat it too. They're trying to do this super nuanced, crazy crap going on in NXT and SmackDown, and then they have this smack you over the face with how dumb it is crap, or make your tag team division look like a bunch of jokers.
Yeah.
I just...
All right, so we'll get away from wrestling. Get away from wrestling. We have a whole wrestling show. Martin's getting a little fired up here.
Yep.
Getting a little fired up. Oh, there we go. That is a terrible pen. All right.
You're the worst. Use blood.
I
Go for a Sharpie.
I did start watching some anime again recently.
Nice.
It was called Psycho How to Raise a Boring Girlfriend. And it's actually pretty funny. The premise of the show is that the main character has this like chance meeting with a girl, and then he uses that to build a dating sim game around it. And then he enlists his friends to like draw for it, and one of them to help produce and like write the story and stuff like that. It's actually pretty funny. I enjoy it. Some good slice of life comedy. It's pretty good. It's on Crunchyroll.
All right, so I'm going to populate the list now again. If you want to be entered to win the Captain America Mickey Mouse ears, do enter into the chat a +1, and I'll put your name in for the drawing, which we're about to spin the wheel here. I'm entering the names now.
I also think tonight is the last episode of Dragon Ball Super as well.
Is it? That seemed like a big... People lost their shit when we were at New York Comic Con.
Because I'm pretty sure, I don't know if the show is ending or if they're going to take a break and then work on something else. Because I'm pretty sure one voice actor who voiced one of the characters, the Japanese voice actor, died. And I think the one that voices Vegeta, there's something wrong with his throat. I think he has like throat cancer or something like that.
Oh,
so they're trying
Cynthia chiming in saying that yes, it is the last episode.
Mm-hmm.
What was cool about Cynthia is when we first met her, she came up very reserved, very polite, and then as we get more comfortable together, she's like, "Oh no, I play Skyrim.
Yeah,
I play Fallout," and like naturally, Mommy T immediately is like,
of course,
"Oh, you
yes.
play Skyrim? Well,
which Russian hacks do you use?"
And she does play the PC one, so probably all of them.
Now,
how slow does your PC run with all the hacks?
How many of your dragons have you turned into the Macho Man Randy?
I love that hack so much.
That one is awesome.
Macho Man face. So
I also like the Whitest Kids You Know one with the crabs.
Yes.
Where they're like, "You
Awesome.
done fucked up. You done
You done fucked up now."
So, all right, we are going to spin the wheel, and I guess we got a couple people.
My uncle married a Japanese woman from when he was working over there, and I met her once. They came to visit and everything like that.
Was she inscrutable?
She was the same kind of way, like very reserved and very polite, and always apologetic for everything. And I'm like, dude, you don't need to apologize. I had to take them to Trumbull because we had to go to some store that was up in the mall there, and I'm like, that's fine, we can go to the mall. I just need to be back by a certain time because the soccer game is on.
Yeah.
I specifically took this day off to watch the soccer game. I need to watch the soccer game, so we'll go. We just need to be back by then. We're back in West Hartford, and it's like I think the game is probably at 2:45 because that's when most of the Champions League matches are on. So it's the match is at 2:45. We're back in West Hartford. It's got to be 1:30, maybe 1:45. So still plenty of time because we're in the part of West Hartford that's literally like on the side where my mother's house is. We went to get some groceries, and she was apologizing the whole time we were in the grocery store while she's like taking her time to look. And I'm like, dude, we don't need to be back. Like, it's going to take us. Yeah, like it's going to take us 10 minutes to get home from here.
Oh, awesome! We got a new subscriber, Sophia Luna, who's actually Jacob's sister.
Nice.
Awesome. So that actually puts us at 250 subscribers.
We're almost
Nice.
there, yeah.
Almost there. At 300, we give away the
Sub-Zero statue.
The Sub-Zero statue, the quarter scale Sub-Zero, which is
so awesome. She's like freaking out about taking her time in the grocery store, and I'm like, dude, we're gonna get home in time. Like the game's not on until 2:45. It's 2 now. We're good. The other thing was we're driving to Trumbull, right, and I've got the radio on because I know the music I listen to.
Oh yeah,
it's a rough pill as well.
Yeah, I know the music I listen to isn't for everybody.
Yes.
It's like a fine wine. You have to grow accustomed to it.
That's what we'll call it.
So I don't have I don't have the music
really?
on.
I would have gone with Night Train.
Yeah. I don't have the music. There you go.
It's a fortified wine.
Yeah. I don't have the music on. I've got the radio going, and some music came on, and my uncle made a comment about it, and he said, oh, that's not something you normally listen to. I was like, nah, I don't really listen to this. I'm like, you guys are in the car. And then she insisted on listening to the music that I listen to, and I'm like, no,
You
no,
really
I don't.
Did you play baby metal?
No,
What did you play?
at that point, I wasn't into baby metal as much as I was. Like, I didn't really know them too well. So no, unfortunately, that would have been awesome because being from
Fruit
Japan.
wants to know if you were listening to Guar.
No, I've listened to Guar before. I've actually seen them live a bunch of times because they used to tour with the Misfits a lot. So when the Misfits reformed, I ended up seeing them maybe 2 or 3 times because they were playing shows together. But yeah,
Can your uncle be played by Werner Herzog in my
he
imagination?
could.
Awesome.
He's more like what's that dude's name? I can't think of the name right now, but the grandfather in Beer Fest, the one that Jürgen Prochnow. Yeah. That would be more like
with like the intense line.
Yeah.
The young version of him was the guy you fought in Mike Tyson's Punch-Out.
Yes.
He came out with the mustache. And the
God damn it! What was his name? What was his name? Von Kaiser.
Yeah.
Von Kaiser. Yeah.
So
Let's roll for these cap ears while we're.
She's insistent on in to the music I've got in my car, and I'm like, no, you don't want to. Like it's like that thing from Louis C.K. where he wants the last Cinnabon, and the guy's like, no.
You don't want this. You're like, no, I do. I do want.
So she's like insistent on listening to this music, and I'm like,
you really don't.
Please don't.
So finally, I was like, all right.
You're like, we have a 45-minute drive ahead of us.
Yeah. So finally,
You're gonna want it. You're gonna want to stop.
Finally, I was like, all right. I'll play something. And I think the CD I had in the time, I think it was like Toxic Narcotic or something like that. So crusty, crust punk, like, yeah.
That worked out. I rolled the wheel 7 times while you guys were talking and came up ninja.
There you go.
There you go, brother. You won the Captain America ears.
Do you want us to sign them before you?
Hey, when we get to 500 subs, we'll be signing that.
It's 1,000.
It's 1,000 is what you went for?
Yeah,
Okay.
when we get to the pay. When we get sponsored by YouTube or whatever you call it, then I will sign it and give it away to one of our subscribers. But yeah, so that was an interesting ride back from Trumbull when she was insistent on listening to the music. And of course she didn't like it, but she was too polite to say that she didn't like it, so we had to listen to it the whole I was like, no, you chose this now. Like, this is
awesome.
The entire time you're like, I'm enjoying this, but I'm not enjoying this.
I'm like, you made this decision, now you have to roll with it.
Yeah, Farouk saying that he could see you in a Chevette headbanging. So
I mean, that's funny because I'm not a big car guy, but in terms of like the American muscle cars, I do like the Chevettes and the Chevelles, and the Super Sports are always awesome.
Alright, cool. So let's see. Yeah, Ninja wins. What are we watching? What are we listening to?
You know.
Yeah, we'll let Mark go first this time.
So I've been listening to a lot of podcasts as per usual. I've been listening to a new one, or not. It's not new, but I started listening to it. It's called Dumb People Town. It's by the Sklar brothers and another guy, I forget his name. And they have guests on. I'm only listening to the ones that involve guests I care about. They had Gareth and Dave from the Dial on, and it was amazing. I find it's one of those podcasts, and I've actually the same thing with the Sklar brothers' other podcast, Sklar Bro Country. It's all dependent upon their guests. If you care about their guests, you'll be super into it. If you don't care about their guests, it's just I couldn't do it. But basically, the premise is they read a story involving somebody who did something dumb, and then they riff off of it, and it can lead to some really funny stuff. My problem with it is my problem that I have with Omnibus. The commercials for other podcasts make me not want to listen to podcasts anymore. Like they're everyone starts the same, like, hey, I'm so and so from, and they're like, oh, you want a wacky, and it's just like, just kill me.
I can't.
Just shut up.
Watch 5 Alive
just like,
every week
like,
for hours.
Yeah,
Please.
it's
shut up.
Yeah.
Watch 5 Alive.
But yeah,
5 Alive. Wait.
Yeah,
5
exactly.
Alive.
But as far as
Consume 5 Alive.
as far as the
drink and the
Dumb People Town is concerned, it's a very, very good show, and same with Omnibus. I've just been killing that, and of course the Dollop's always great too.
Dollop's always good.
Yep.
I listened to half of the Milli Vanilli Omnibus.
I haven't listened
listened to the whole thing, and it's really crazy kind of where it all came from.
Yeah.
The podcast that I do want to start listening to, I listened to half of one episode, got the concept, and I can't wait to go crazy with these guys. Worst idea of all time. It is two New Zealand comedians who, for an entire year, for 52 weeks, they first watch Grown Ups 2 once a week for 52 weeks. And then by like episode 20, they kind of start like writing these crazy backstories for everybody, and they're having fun with it. But like episode 45, they're like starting to unravel. And then season 2, their new fresh movie is Sex and the City 2.
Oh.
And they had to watch it 52 times.
Interesting.
So now they're doing this new season. Hold on, let me just make sure here. I haven't seen what the new season was, but I'm very, very much interested in the Grown Ups 2.
Yeah.
Because that movie is the worst movie I've ever seen, and I've watched it 500,000 times.
Why?
I don't know.
What's wrong with you?
A lot.
Yeah. And then the wife and I have been listening to True Crime podcast, so we listened to the original one, which was Serial, which was super well done, obviously. Everyone knows about that. But if you haven't, and that's something that interests you, definitely listen to it. It's really well done. Unfortunately, not available on Android phones, so you have to go to the website to listen to it, because Apple's a bunch of jerks.
Sounds about right.
I've actually been using what the hell's the name of that app now? Stitcher. So it's pretty nice because you get the no ads on the any of the podcasts. So that's why I listen to Omnibus on that now, because it cuts out those awful ads.
Yeah, but something to do with that. I think Stitcher wasn't kicking back any money to those podcasts.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I know how this get made really pushes it.
Yeah, I know. There was something that I don't know if it was still going on, but I know they were throwing the Rogan podcast up on there, and he was like, "I'm getting nothing from this. Why am I going to give you guys free content?"
Why?
Yeah.
Interesting.
But.
So pretty much like I said, I've been listening to wrestling and wrestling podcasts. I like the Wrestle Talk. When they're not doing their produced stuff, it's a lot better. Those guys, one of them's very English, and he talks like this, and everything is like a one sentence bit, and then they switch the camera, so everything is like Daniel Bryan's back, and then like cut switch, and then it's like he says like another hard sentence and another hard sentence. So I understand where that's a little hard to take in, but their regular podcast is pretty good. It's really good. However, I'm trying to give Cultaholic a chance with their podcast. It's just bad.
Yeah, I have no interest.
It's very dry. These guys definitely take a lot of takes.
Yeah, my whole thing is I with wrestling podcasts and stuff like that, I try not to listen to what other people talk about modern stuff
Mm-hmm.
because I don't want it to influence me.
What
I
we
like
do
to enjoy,
here, yeah.
and I like to enjoy what I like to enjoy.
So the one actually I've been listening to the Burning River podcast,
Yeah.
which was the one with Mike Janos from Hasbro Heads. So I really like theirs because they do talk about figures and stuff.
Nice.
They really keep it primarily to wrestling, though, not like us where we kind of veer off into the other stuff. They really do stick to wrestling and wrestling toys. So check that one out. It's Burning River Wrestling Podcast. I think they're on iTunes. I've been listening to them.
Nice.
Whatever the links are that Janos puts up are the ones that I go to.
Yeah.
So that's been fun because honestly, they're right there with us, or they are the opposite argument, which it may come down to like me and you, or
right, yeah.
me and Chris, are like us. Right before we went on, we were
Yes.
we were talking about wrestling briefly, and you both came up with two sides of the argument. So, and I kind of fall in the middle of this thing. So we have a really good three-way to talk about this. So, hey, in the chat, we're going to do another giveaway here. We do have 10 people watching. What should we give away?
We've given this away.
Well, we can keep it up there. It doesn't have to go away.
I'm just trying not to give it away twice.
We're not giving that away twice. I got it written down right here.
5 Alive shirt?
You want to give away the 5 Alive shirt? Okay, we have an size extra large 5 Alive black t-shirt. It is the new They're Alive logo with the undercover bad guys. We'll call them. Is that the Rudos? Undercover Rudos?
Yes, exactly. Undercover
So,
Rudos.
Which actually, Gingerbeard and I had a little conversation while down in Florida this week.
Just one. The
And
only
just
time they talked.
the only time we talked about 5 Alive. So we've been wanting to write a comic book. Just kind of playing around with the idea of different characters. We worked it out. We have a good idea, and we're gonna move forward with it. So I think our comics won't be comics in the sense of page after page, but maybe like little postcard type comics. That way we can put out individual storylines of maybe like a 15-panel comic.
I got an idea. It's this really cool character. He's got ninja swords and a mask. And he talks like he breaks the fourth wall all the time. He's always talking.
Fifth wall.
Yeah, he breaks the fifth wall. One more than 4. And then
that obviously means he's better.
He doesn't have feet because the guy who created him can't draw
any feet whatsoever.
And
I like it. I
think his name is Death Boat.
Dord Bull.
Schmed Schmool.
Dord Bull. Alright, so for the t-shirt, put a +1 into the chat to enter in for the t-shirt, guys. And Ninja, you can enter again. Well, this show will be multiple giveaways. So if you keep putting in, you can get a bigger and bigger box of stuff. I do have stuff to still send out from our last show.
Yes.
Oh my god, dude. Before I left, it was just... I was contacted by a company who really needed some help on a situation, but they needed it immediately. So as I'm trying to pack and get my house ready to leave for a week, I also have this company knocking on my door going, we really need...
Look, here's some money. Please solve this.
Please solve this.
Yeah.
Can you do this fast? And then I had to make shirts and so it was like, holy hell, it all got done, but at an extreme cost.
The Crust Punk thing reminded me, you might want to look into the tag team that Pete Dunne and Roderick Strong faced on NXT, Danny Burch and Oni Lorcan.
Yes.
And it's great because Oni comes out because he's from Boston, he comes out to a very Boston type of punk song, and then Danny Burch, because he's from London or Manchester, comes out to a very British style punk song.
Awesome.
And they're just two dudes who beat
the
living crap out of everyone.
Yeah, it was a really good match.
Yeah, I've actually, because I started listening to Charles Bronson again, which is a power violence grindcore band, I found a few gems in my Google Play channel as I was listening to them. This other power violence band from Washington, D.C., they're called Magruder Grind. Awesome. I think they released maybe 2 or 3 albums and maybe a split LP or EP. Very good. Check them out. Another band called Despise You. They're very good as well. I think it's actually Magruder Grind members, if I remember correctly. I'm not 100% sure. And then Das Oath, which is Charles Bronson's next band after they broke up. So give those guys a listen to if you like grindcore.
Everyone likes grindcore.
Dude, everybody.
If you like 30-second songs,
hell yeah! Who doesn't like 30-second songs?
Just get to the point.
Yeah, exactly.
What do we gotta
Look, if you
listen
can't
to
tell me-
choruses for?
Look, if you can't tell me what you need to tell me in 30 seconds, you don't need to tell me.
Yeah, basically.
All right, cool. So we have the list populating. Put a +1 in the chat if you do, and if you do want to enter. So that's good. We got that going.
You got 30 seconds. 30 seconds to put that +1 in there, and if not,
then F you.
exactly.
I've also been listening to the Triumvirate of Evil at work. I don't know why, but for some reason there are 3 ladies who dominate our playlist at work. And normally, I would have no interaction.
Beyonce, Shania Twain,
You're off on
and
all no.
Celine
Christina.
Dion,
No,
Aguilera.
all three off. And you're off too.
Missy Elliott,
No, yes. We play a lot of Missy Misdemeanor L.
and Pink.
Yes. So I would normally have no interaction with these
Carly
with
Simon.
these women, so it wouldn't matter. But because
Avril
I have to
Lavigne.
listen to them all the time, I hate them. I
Stevie
hate them
Nicks.
so much. They are.
Whoa, you bite your tongue
Yeah,
there. Stevie
they
Nicks.
It's a
are-
flowing lady.
They are Taylor Swift. We do play a Stevie Nicks song though. We played the Stevie Nicks song that she did with Dave Grohl for that Sound City. So we play a lot of Taylor Swift. Like a Taylor Swift song, another song, and then another Taylor Swift song. Katy Perry, a ton of Katy Perry. And then the one that, because she only has one album, and yet we play multiple songs off this one goddamn album, Meghan Trainor.
Really?
Holy God.
Just over and over, huh?
And do we play her most famous song? No, we don't play that.
Isn't that was the bass song,
Yes,
right? The
yeah,
All Mother's
yeah,
bass.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah, I
no.
listen to a lot of metal.
It's
That was
awful.
a really good guess that
Yeah,
there.
it's-
This podcasts are metal.
It's the
Yeah.
worst.
Or Busta Rhymes.
Yes.
Actually,
Bus
on
a bus?
the trip, we listened to the NWO theme song again about 1,000 times. We use that as a reason to justify everything. We went to one of the
It's
Braves
too sweet.
games. Yeah, that's it.
That's too sweet.
So we went to one of the Braves games and did full takeover style. We did one of the games up on the Titan or the big jumbotron, and did a full NWO takeover of it. Just shirts everywhere,
Nice.
people joining in. It was really fun. But yeah, if I cut somebody off or
Yeah.
again speed jumps with everybody loaded up into the back of the van and just scream NWO,
Yeah.
it's fine. To justify everything.
That's how.
Or
That's how.
lie.
Yeah. So
That's how Kevin Nash justified all of his
Yeah.
title
All
reigns.
of it.
Bobby T got pulled over in Florida, but he rolled
4
he
times.
He rolled the window down and said NWO for life, and he was like, "All right, you good."
He's like,
You good."
he's
What was actually funny is
He's
there
like,
was,
"I'll give you a police escort. Let's go."
there was one night where the guys had gone out to dinner and I kind of wanted to go, kind of didn't want to go. Like I liked the restaurant, didn't like the restaurant. But it's like I really should just show up, walk right in like Scott Hall, like do the hands in, take a chicken wing off of the table, bite it, fully drink their drink and put it on the table, and just walk out. Oh, say NWO,
Yeah,
then walk
exactly.
out. No words, just
So-
NWO.
So like
My
Scott,
wife co-signed. My wife was like, "Yeah, do it."
So
I think
like
that's
Scott
hilarious.
Hall now, the really sad,
The-
the super sad Scott Hall who can't walk anymore, has to be wheeled around. That one? You want to do that
Scott
one?
Hall, I
Yeah.
want to be that Scott Hall. So,
Just Weekend at Bernie's Scott Hall, like doing the arm thing, and then have him like throw the toothpick like just like flying across the room. That'd be awesome. He sat us down like this, just like.
oh, all right. So Ninja said we want to sign on the inside of the ears. That'd be cool.
There you go.
Fruit's listening to Stevie Ray Vaughan and Frankie Beverly and the band Maze, like a funk
It's an
soul
old,
band.
old funk band. Yeah.
Yeah, Jamie Marshall Green. He loves Stevie Ray. Stevie Ray Vaughan, and not Stevie Ray, the wrestler. You sure you don't like
No
power
one-
slams?
No one.
Are you sure?
Are you sure? Because
Are you sure?
look, you need a power slam. Stevie Ray will give you a power
It,
slam.
that's it. Then he's
And-
getting
and
out of the ring.
also-
And then you're
also-
going to get 10 minutes of Booker T.
And also, you're getting nothing else.
That is
Absolutely nothing. You might get thunder, but that's it.
So yeah, dude, I ended up making NWO shirts for that. We had red and black that we're talking about in the chat here.
Wolfpack.
I did Wolfpack shirts, which I had wore one Wolfpack shirt. We had a white shirt with the black, and then black shirt with the white. Actually did get to kind of, it was nice because you kind of get to be a little bit of a dick when you're NWO, and it's NWO, right? And so we're walking through, and this lady tries to cut in front of us with like a hot dog and shit in her hand, and I totally Scott Halled her and just like did the hard cut in front of her and just NWO, and we just kept walking. It was awful of me. I still feel great about it though. So
and
let's.
then the Mickey Mouse cop showed up.
Yeah, exactly.
Mickey Mouse threw some cuffs on him.
Exactly.
All right, so it's actually what's funny. It's the same people looking for this shirt, so we're just gonna spin it. I'm spinning one time. So I spin it 7 times.
Yep.
2.
So yeah, what are you playing, Chrisa?
I don't know if I'm allowed to say.
Oh, right on your face.
I have played a little bit of Titanfall 2 recently. I tried playing Sea of Thieves when it was up and running properly, but that didn't really go over too well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ninja won again.
Oh, there you go.
Dude, you're cleaning up tonight. Ninja's just cleaning up. So
We don't even see the good thing about Ninja winning is that we don't even need to send these things to him.
No,
we can just bring
show
it.
up.
Yeah, exactly.
The good
Bring
thing
it
about
down.
Ninja winning is my son can never say who won.
Yes, no, it's speech impediment be damned. You just can never say. So, we're actually, to kind of segue into that a little bit, June 2nd, we're going to be going to West Virginia Championship Wrestling's Miracle at the Mountain 8. The Arson brothers are going to be there.
Cannot wait.
Dude, I'm so pumped for this.
Yeah.
Like, it was funny.
2 more months.
We were talking about it, and I was like, all right, so I have my trip to Disney, and then the second it's over, I can start focusing on Miracle on the Mountain. My sister said, we're going to take a pop-up camper.
Yep.
I'm staying in the park.
Yep.
I am fired up.
You
Size
are
is
not
gonna be
eating any
breakfast.
cheese.
No cheese. Martin's band. Chicken fingers only. Luckily, there are Chick-fil-A's along the way.
Oh, there you go.
You will be fine.
Hercules.
Oh, indeed, you piece of garbage.
So, yes, I have, on the other hand, have had a chance to play Sea of Thieves. And it is everything that everyone has said. And yet it's gorgeous, first off. It's an absolutely beautifully made game. For those who don't know, Sea of Thieves is an Xbox One exclusive made by Rare. It's a pirate game, and it's meant, you can play single player, but it's meant to be played with a group.
Yeah, as a crew.
You play up to 4 people on a galleon or 2 people on a sloop, and you go around and you do different missions. There's 3 different factions you can do missions for, or you can just go around and explore and find different stuff. As you go around, obviously you're going to run up against other people in the game, and that's where, as Rare puts it, you make your own story.
Mm-hmm.
There is no story in the game. The story is the one you make for it, which a lot of people have not agreed with because they're too busy. They're used to being led around by their hands.
The story is how much of a dick can you be?
And that's essentially, and that's what a lot of it is. And that and I think, especially with AAA titles now, there's a lot less hand-holding. Like, Zelda's a perfect example.
Mm-hmm.
There's almost no hand-holding in Zelda. And this game as well. There's nothing.
Yeah.
There's no tutorial. There's nothing. You are given your pirate, you are thrown onto a boat, and you're done.
That's one thing I didn't like about it, too. Character creation was kind of
Character
mad for
creation
me.
is super... It's not... And that's the thing. It's not a deep game at all on the surface.
Mm-hmm.
But underneath it, as far as gameplay and everything else, it can be super fun.
Yeah. When it works.
When it works. There's been a lot of issues, but that's, every launch has issues. I've enjoyed my time playing it, but I've also been frustrated by it. If I had paid money for it, I'd be very upset. But I got it because I have Game Pass, and I'm using my free 14-day trial for Game Pass, so I paid nothing for it.
The problem with Sea of Thieves for me, while I did enjoy the little bit I played, it's not so much a problem with the game. It's a problem with our gaming group. We have a lot of people that all play the same games, and with that kind of game where it's limiting how many people you can play, it hurts us playing the game. Because if I get home late from work and everybody's already playing, then I'm like, I gotta play the game
Or
myself.
if I had, what happened to me the first day, I was playing with the group, and then I had to sign off, to do something. I come back on, and someone had taken my spot.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, I guess I'm not playing this anymore.
So Fruke's tearing you up. Says, sounds like you're role playing on a porno site.
It's a pirate game, but that's fine.
Pirate porno say.
That's fine.
Nice.
And then because I did get Game Pass, I did download a bunch of other stuff that I wanted to try. A game that's really, really well done. Super Lucky's Tale is a platformer.
Jamie Marshall put in a +1 in the chat. We're not giving it away. He's throwing up to Farouk. Oh, that's awesome.
But yeah, so again, it's a frustrating game. I hope that they work on it more, release some more content for it, because as it is right now, I could see it getting real stale, real damn quick.
I do want to play A Way Out, which is the Escape from
really,
Prison
really
co-op game.
Yeah.
It's only $30, and the really cool thing about it is that you only need one copy of the game to play. So if you and I want to play this game over the Xbox, only I need to own the copy, or only you need to own the copy, and then we can both play it. Yeah, it's actually pretty sweet. I had to convince somebody at work not to buy 2 copies because she was like,
"You don't need it."
Yeah, she was like, "I'm going to buy 2. One for both of our places." I was like, "You don't need it."
We may actually have to give that away.
Yeah.
That sounds like a really good giveaway game.
That's
actually.
an EA game, right?
EA, I think, produced
I know what I'm saying is
What was that? That was called A Way Out?
A Way Out, yeah.
So I get it.
I think we're going to have to give that.
I get it for $3 cheaper.
There we go.
I think maybe next week we do an A Way Out giveaway.
Yeah, and then whoever the winner is can play with one of us.
Yeah,
or something like
that's actually a pretty good trade. There you go. Do like, share, and subscribe, and we'll do that next week. If we get 20 live viewers, we'll give away a copy of A Way Out, and you'll get to play with one of us because all you need is one copy. So and it'll be a digital download.
It's going to be an Xbox though.
It has to be Xbox One. And it'll be a digital version, so you get it right away. Weird, have not seen Khalil on tonight yet.
Yeah, I don't know.
Interesting. He did say some of our later shows, it's hard for him to watch them because he's got school and whatnot going on. So, sorry, Khalil, buddy, you're missing the giveaway. So, right, we got 11 people on.
Or the last live show we did, he won. He won the Xbox.
He won the Xbox cash. I actually got to send him that code. All right, so we're going to give away, the next thing would be a Star Wars pack. Right here on the table. We're going to give away 2 things, actually. I went into this kind of a behind-the-scenes store. Where'd the other figure go? There he is. So, went into this store and picked up a couple things on a really good markdown. One of them was this Rebel Trooper bike, I guess. Or, I'm sorry, it's an Imperial Trooper bike from Rebels. I just thought it was awesome. The box was destroyed, but the figure was perfectly intact. I figure most of our viewers don't really care, and it's an awesome... I love the helmet. I love the costume. It's the 5-point of articulation figure. And then we'll also be giving away in this pack the Vinylmation Series 6 Star Wars park-exclusive pieces, and it's the Star Wars one. So, put a +1 in the comments if you are interested. Actually, not... Well, just so we know, +4.
Yes.
Just so I can kind of differentiate who wants in on that one. So, yeah, pop a +4 in there. And we shall see who wins. Playing-wise, I have not been playing anything. And again, I've been at Disney, so I've been...
Too bad. If you had a Switch, you could have brought it
down.
I
mean, I did a little bit of mobile gaming stuff, but it was only ever quick Candy Crush. Stupid stuff that you're just waiting for 2 seconds.
Exactly.
Yeah, crap like that. All these has Star Wars Matchbox cars, my father's saying. That's interesting.
Intriguing.
All right, we got Sophia Luna and Jacob Luna in so far for the giveaway. It's going to be a +4. Hey, Ninja, you can win again, dude. This is unlimited night. There is no limit to the amount of times you can win. Oh, awesome. Yes, Martin did get some new toys.
I found some crap at Ollie's. These are at Ollie's.
Those were at fucking Ollie's?
Yep.
Dude, you got to go back there.
Dude, I asked you. You did not. You did
not. Did you?
Yes.
I was in Disney World.
You're
what do you want? I want those.
No, you weren't.
What? I don't know.
$10 a pop.
Still want them.
So yeah, these are $10 a pop at Ollie's.
Holy shit!
They're awesome. They're basically super articulated version of the Super Friends. They had Batman and Green Lantern. Unfortunately, they also have Superman and Aquaman in the line. They did not have those. But yeah. I walked into an Ollie's because I've been going back and forth back to that Ollie's a lot because they have their DC Comics blowout. There's a bunch of trades.
That's where I picked up the Fortress Maximus.
Yeah, they have a bunch of trades for $3 or $4 if it's a hardcover. So you're getting $20 to $30 trade for $4.
Josh went to one down in South Carolina or North Carolina and picked up that one stack of books he showed us.
Yeah.
It was all of those the hardcover DC, the old classic stuff that were like $40 and $50 each.
And I was able to pick up
the masterpiece ones.
Yep, and I was able to pick up a bunch of stuff that I never read, or I at least was interested in, and now I'm able to catch up on. But yeah, so these are. I can't wait to pop these open.
Dude,
and,
those are awesome.
Yeah, these are awesome
Those
looking.
are
And then I found these at Dollar General, which
hey, sometimes
for
man,
$5 a pop. These are a Starscream and
awesome.
Optimus Prime.
I'm watching them here. I haven't seen them yet. I'm watching them here like everyone else. Really?
Yes.
Full transformation?
Full transformation for $5.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I picked those up. I'll be giving those to my son, but I had to because.
No, you're not. We're giving those away next. Put a +5.
But those are I saw these. I was like, yeah, these are super awesome. Because most of the time when you get something this small, it doesn't transform. It's just it is what it is.
Yeah, it kind of just like, or it's a 5-point of articulation transformation.
Yep. Yeah.
Speaking of toys. I know we kind of touched on it before in previous shows, but we all know Toys R Us is going out of business, right?
Yep.
They're closing down. Did you know that KB Toys are
trying to make a
comeback? Trying to make a comeback through this,
yeah, which is interesting. I was talking to a coworker about it because he was like, "Oh, they should do this," and I was like, "No, this is what they should do," because we were talking about how they were like one of the first collector friendly toy stores.
I love it.
Yeah,
I work there.
That's what I'm saying. So KB should go back to that style, like do the collectible thing, but make it how be collector friendly as opposed to just like a toy store.
And
or whatever.
if there is one thing I can say so far about different companies jumping into the collectibles game, and we'll talk about GameStop briefly. Today I went to go pick up these figures. And I had the guy who was off the clock trying to pick the figures for me, and I'm like, dude, I can pick my own figures. Yeah. This is really weird. Like, but then also on the other hand, you go to GameStop and they just like jam your stuff in the box or put a sticker in the dumbest place, or like when they ship from the factory or from the distro to the store, sometimes they'll put what should be the rare pieces at the outside of the box, and the box got dropped.
And not to mention the GameStop tax, because there's a sale right now at GameStop for Funko Pops, 3 for $30. It's like, yeah, I can get those at Walmart for $7.99.
Yeah.
Why am I paying? Like, yeah,
that's sometimes
not sale.
We hit the clearances, we hit the sales all the time from them, and we have a good time. But a lot of times there's a reasons why we only hit it at certain times.
GameStop wants to sell collectibles, but they don't know how to.
They don't know. Yeah, that's kind of what my point was going to be. Is they just don't know how to do it. They don't give that care. So that care is something. And
that's the thing. Sometimes they do. Like
true.
I've seen pops come out of boxes.
I'm sorry. Jacob Ludus said that KB Toys just NWO Toys R Us.
Nice.
Just.
I've seen pops come out of boxes at GameStop, and they are like in their original boxes from Funko, or they're in like these like cardboard. Almost like protector, sleeve type
thing. That could
thing.
usually be coming from someone like Funko, though. That's the thing. Is in between, once GameStop gets to it,
it's like how do you get something like that then versus like that Harley Quinn box that we had a few weeks ago, which was just mangled. Like it blows my mind sometimes, Yeah, and it frustrates me too because I'm a pop collector,
So we'll go over to the chat real quick. Before we go into the chat, +4 if you want to win the giveaway of the Star Wars stuff. Got to be subscribed.
Not this collector,
not
just
the collector,
yeah, not the collector. Yeah, we're going to be giving away the bike and figure, and then the Vinylmation Series 6 figure. So put a +4 in the chat if you're interested in that. We're going to be giving that away pretty soon here. Jacob Luna is saying that he got the Red Hulk Diamond Select without a box at a thrift store for $5.
That's nice.
So a really good grab. They said Walmart.
Unfortunately, it's Diamond Select, so it'll fall apart next week.
Just keep it in a cool, dry area away from sun. Walmart is selling the Star Wars Black Series figures for $5 and $2.50.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, the clearance, it's hitting the clearance in certain spots at different rates, but usually around $5, which is what I was waiting for. It's why I didn't rush to Force Friday, because I know this is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So I filled in, actually, speaking of Star Wars Black, one figure I did get to find, however, was the Fans Choice Legends Jaina Solo.
Nice.
Oh,
That was awesome to get. Very hard to find in store. So ended up picking up that, and I guess it was the Fan Choice, and they're calling Legends is the extended universe that got written off the time. So KJ Smith, interesting, just popped up in the chat. KJ Smith, if you are a subscriber, you can win. We got a +4 from you, so we'll be doing the giveaway here in a second. Also, figures wise, I did pick up Anderson and Gallows, the Elites, but I left them in my luggage upstairs, so I'm not going to go grab them.
No.
Did find the Dana Brooke with the Money in the Bank case.
Oh, nice.
So that was kind of cool. WWE, with their basics, they do the giveaways, or their chases have either a slammy or a belt or a...
I can't wait till the name thief attacks her, and she just becomes Brooke.
Brooke. Do you think it's going to be Brooke and not Dana?
Yeah.
I think it'll be Ms. Brooke, because
Ms.
they're kind of giving her giving her the notepad.
Ms. Brooke. There you go.
So,
that name thief is just terrible.
It happens. So, then I also picked up the Revival 2-pack, which is Dash Wilder, Scott Dawson. I love these dudes. They're getting jobbed up pretty hard, but that's, again, another topic for another day.
For another
Martin just rings.
Another rant for another day.
All right, so let me go put some names here into this.
What are you reading, Chris?
Honestly, I haven't really been reading much. I started a new D&D game on Friday night with some people from the Discord channel, Mal and Kitten Butt, aka Jammy. So I've just been kind of going over the 5th edition rule book and trying to figure out, the rules.
All right, I'm gonna start spinning it.
I'm a rule Nazi, so I need to
figure out how to cast a level 7 turn
exactly. Because I do play the 1st edition, 2nd edition style of D&D, so 5th edition is very different, and I'm just trying to figure out what is what and all that good stuff. Yeah.
Just so you can balto it up.
Yeah, definitely, I need to rule Nazi like a
spinning,
mofo.
and winner is Sophia Luna.
Nice.
All right, cool.
Congratulations.
She just subscribed tonight, sister of Jacob Luna, one of our guys who's actually won before, which is great because he. Hopefully you guys see each other often because I'm sending one package. I think Luna had won the Ultimate Warrior basic figure with the belt, the awesome
Why's it gotta be
additions.
basic?
Well, because he also wears Uggs and likes hot chocolate.
Pumpkin spice everything.
Everything.
Speaking of toys, real quick, do you want to talk about the Loot Crate business, or should we save that for a separate Loot
let's
Crate
see.
video?
Do we go over? Let's see.
Yeah.
It is 11:53.
I think we go for a separate Loot Crate video.
Woo! Sophia Luna. Put them in the same box. They live together.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Do we want to talk about Loot Crate? Let's see. What are we reading? I'm not. I got Comixology through Amazon. It's only $5.99 a month, and you get unlimited of certain titles. In it is Saga, which I already read.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically all the titles I read are
Right.
in there, so it's worth it. And the WWE comic is in there.
Nice.
So I thought that was really cool. At $5.99 a month with the free 30-day trial with the Prime account, which I already have. So
there you go.
and it reads. What's really cool is the frame to frame. The old way comics would be. It would just be. You would swipe and it would be the whole page, and something you have to zoom in on it. Now it goes frame by frame, it really kind of guides you through. The best part is when you read manga, you're swiping this way, not that way, so it does feel natural, and you're jumping from. And then if it's a full splash page, it'll be the.
That's
whole
good,
page.
because sometimes when you read manga, you are like, I don't know which panel to go to next.
Yeah, exactly. You get lost in it sometimes, so it does a really good job of that. I did like it.
I am, like I said, I've picked up a ton of those DC trades, so that's what I've been reading.
Jacob Luna said, I know today ain't about wrestling, but that Bray Wyatt and Matt segment at the end of Raw was so stupid. Yes, it felt good to get it off my chest. So that's the thing.
Yeah.
We have everyone has
Yeah.
conflicting ideas on this. So we might have to do a live show, just talking about this.
I think we have to.
Like
I
a live
really
chat
think
and just
a
like
live wrestling show because there's so much crap we have to go over.
yeah, maybe we cut this off and do a wrestling show
I think
directly
that's what
after
we have to
this. So what else do we have to give away? Let's do the final giveaway.
Yeah.
We got the pop.
Yep.
All right, so we will give away the pop.
Hold on, let me get my phone on so I can +5. Into it.
So all right, so you want to give away the socks too?
If you want, yeah.
Together? Yeah, I think so. It's a pretty
sure.
good Marvel 2-pack. So Chris actually picked up these awesome socks from
Dude, I want those Black
GameStop.
Panther socks. I want a +5 just for the socks.
For real, dude. I want to get in on this. So we're going to give away the Pop exclusive, the Disney Parks exclusive for the ride. I believe it's out in Los Angeles.
Yeah, it's at California Adventure.
Yeah, it's Mission Breakout. It used to be the Tower of Terror, but now it is the Guardians of the Galaxy. So we're going to give away that and the Black Panther socks. Those are some awesome socks. Put a +5 in the chat. It would be hilarious if you guys... It's like, Chris, Martin, +5, +5. So this is a pretty good pack. I do like that. You can win again. So Sophia Ninja, if you want to put in...
I'll have to do a +5 for my main Gmail account, and then a
your
+5
backup
for
Gmail
Chris,
account.
for the Chris Gmail account. I gotta make sure I cover all my bases here.
Dude, Khalil really missed out tonight.
Yeah.
Like, I really feel bad
That's
Khalil's
sucks.
missing out like this.
I mean, we're going to give away the Shayna Solo, so...
I will punch your face. I did sell some Star Wars Black figures, actually, on my eBay recently, so that was pretty weird to get rid of those. But
yeah, so I've been watching, I've been reading those, and like I said, I've been catching up on stuff that I started to read, but, never finished. So, like, the Jeff Johns, David Goyer's run on JSA, which was really, really well done. James Robinson's run on Starman, which was excellent. And then reading some new stuff, like the New 52 Justice League, which is actually not as bad as I thought it was going to be. And plus, the hardcover was $3, came with a DVD of the Thrones of Atlantis movie, the Blu-ray of the Thrones of Atlantis movie, and then, like I said, the book itself. I was like, well, yeah, no, that's a no-brainer. I'm going to buy that.
That's awesome. Yeah, why not?
I've actually just read recently that the new Thor has died.
Jane Foster passed away.
Mm-hmm.
But then, one of the books that I wanted to point out was called Justice League United. It was written by Jeff Lemire, and it's kind of like the B team of Justice League, but includes my favorite Justice League character, Martian Manhunter, Animal Man, Green Arrow.
Oh, Animal Man.
And they...
Might want to be the best comics from the 80s, 90s.
Yep. And through some weird, quirky things, end up becoming the Justice League of Canada. So, yeah,
awesome.
It's set in Canada. It's really, really well done. And yeah, so honestly, it's just... I'm going to take... this book's looking interesting. I'm going to take a flyer on it. The only thing I didn't do that with was the Savage Hawkman, because it's written by Tom DeFalco and Rob Liefeld. Tom DeFalco, for those who don't know, was the writer of... He's an old Marvel writer. He was the writer of Thor in the 90s when it was really bad. He was also the guy who came up with the Marvel Universe that continued... Like, what if Spider-Man had a kid? And it's like, yeah, it's really, really bad. And he was just one of those writers who was like, when you saw him on a book, you're like, I already know where this is going to go. Like, nothing new was coming out of him. It was just rehash. Which some people like, I couldn't stand, personally. But.
Oh, so, one toy, again, before we're going to do this giveaway, again, do the +5 in the chat. This was one of the toys that my daughter had picked up. I thought it was really cool. We're going to be doing, myself and Mommy T are going to be doing an episode soon about some kids' toys. We just see so many of them. But in this case, so this is a Princess Leia.
Uh-huh.
And you have the Ewok version, like the Endor version. So that opens and you pull out
a
base
those.
body.
Yep, those
so
toys.
then you can... Oh yeah, by the way, head, incredibly hard to pop off. It's supposed to be this easy thing, and it's like
supposed to have a kid do it, and you're like, no, that's...
Yeah, no way. There's no way that's going to happen. So anyway, then you can take and drop her into a second body, and she's already ready.
Nice.
So there was the two that there was Endor and regular Princess Leia. And then there was a 2 different Amidala's. Which are actually pretty cool. And then same idea, it opens up.
Yeah, and just put it in there.
Is this one supposed to be Amidala?
Yeah, that's an Amidala.
Okay,
That's
I was
not
about
the
to say.
Leia.
All right.
And I just popped off.
Yeah,
and
gotcha. You confused me for a second. I'm like, that.
This
doesn't-
gun
By the
actually-
way, that makes Chris an itch right now. He's just
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
he's like, nope, that's not how that goes.
No,
Fuck.
please. Here we go. Is that better?
Pour more salt on the sneakers.
Oh man, I went to a Jordan trophy shop.
Ah.
They're called the trophy rooms, and it was all just like the top line, like $400 Jordans. It's like, geez, man, I can't even. But they had like every pair from number 1 until recently in the black, white, and red colorway.
Okay, yeah.
So that was really, really cool to kind of see that. What else do we got?
That's just creepy that mold has no arms.
Yeah.
Like that.
Well, she doesn't really have them in the movie there and that.
What movie is this one from?
Probably episode 1.
I think it's episode 1.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't even remember that. That's how much of that movie is blacked out.
The sad thing is I think episode 1 is probably one of the better ones in the.
Yeah, but that's like saying that horrendous bout of diarrhea was my best bout of diarrhea.
My best horrendous bout of diarrhea. So again, +5 in the chat, guys. I'm about to spin this wheel. You got about 10 seconds to go. And then we are going to cut this and go over to do a wrestling video because we got to talk wrestling.
Ooh,
If you have opinions on the Broken Universe, Woken Universe, and the Final Deletion, this is where we're going to talk about it.
And it's also where we're going to talk about Daniel Bryan's return.
Yep, Daniel Bryan's return.
No, I don't want to talk
Everything
about
going on what's happening
Raw,
in WrestleMania.
No,
Yep,
so
the WrestleMania build-up,
Nope,
everything going on in
don't wanna talk
NXT.
about
You only want, you're going to get up and leave
That's
the
right,
minute
I
we
just-
stop talking about the Broken Universe. Like, and I'm done.
Yeah, out. Find your own ride home, bitch.
Done. All right, I'm spinning the wheel. I'm just gonna spin it a bunch of. I don't know. I'm just gonna. I probably hit it like 15 times. Right
There
now.
you go.
Probably around 30 now.
Who cares?
And
I like how.
is Jacob Luna.
Where'd you get
Here's Jacob Luna. Jacob Luna and the Luna family actually cleaning up. You got the Star Wars pack, the Marvel pack, and the Warrior from last week going out to the Lunas. You got Ninja winning the cap ears and the 5Alive shirt.
Sounds
And
like a
Cleo-
wrestling tag team. The Luna!
They're gonna win the mixed tag.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Because it's Sophia Luna and it's
Reminds me-
Jacob Luna.
Yeah.
Reminds me
So,
of Luna Vachon, and now I hate everything.
dude, that's who's got the shambling corpse of Luna Vachon. Is the
That's their
actual.
manager.
That's the manager.
Luna Vachon is the new Solomon Grundy. That's what. Speaking of them, I know
she was born on a full moon.
exactly. I know we're talking about wrestling in the next show, but real quick, because you brought up the mixed tag, did you see the Braun Strowman Alexa Bliss mixed tag?
Yes, we did. Yeah.
Where she's got some kind of like weird I don't know, Stockholm syndrome deal going on with Braun Strowman.
I don't know where they're going with
I
that
thought
one.
it was hilarious at the end because he wants the kiss or whatever, and then the fan comes up or whatever, and he's like, "Would you autograph my shirt?" And he's like, "Well, not now." And then he
What's
just
really great
dude,
is that
was really good.
Braun Strowman's married and Alexa Bliss has
Yeah,
a boyfriend.
yep.
Like that's the best part. But all right, guys, so we're gonna wrap this one up. We're gonna talk
It was
some
still a
wrestling.
fun
here.
bit, though.
Because people have never cheated each other
Yeah.
on each other when it comes to wrestling
Exactly.
at all, ever.
Another really awesome thing that I recently got. It's for Gundams. This is a 144 scale Kotobukiya. It's like a base. You build your Gundam and you put it in it, so it looks like a garage.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
nice.
Where there's
cool.
different tools that you can put on it, so that it looks like either it's like getting worked on by a welder. There's little guys that come inside of it. It's a really cool little piece that make it look like a larger diorama. So and then it comes like all Gundams. It comes in these big sets. So you usually have to do some dry brushing. I'm actually going to be doing a dry brushing video.
Oh.
I need to do it for the company that I'm currently working for, and I told them that's fine, but I'm putting it on 5Live also.
Nice.
So it'll be just a tutorial on how to do aging dips, how to do dry brushing, intricate detail paint work. So it'll be a lot of paint videos. I'll probably do about 5 or 6 videos. So if you're interested.
Exactly.
So, KJ Smith, just a heads up, the shirt right up there in the front. We will actually be selling these here pretty soon. along with the one that I'm wearing, which is the Who's the Genetti shirt. If you haven't seen the Who's the Genetti bit, definitely go back and check it out. We've done a few, and they are really, really fun to do. So, what other shirt? Oh, and then we have the regular 5Alive shirt. So I just got to get off my butt and get those things made. But they will be for sale sooner than later. Or you can win them here watching live. Well, I'll probably be giving away one shirt a week or so because I just love that damn shirt. It's a really good one.
You butt.
So, all right, guys. I think, like I said, we're going to sign off here. We have been 5Live. I'm Bobby T.
I'm Martin.
And I'm Krizza.
Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Follow us at 5AliveVP on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, as well as our Patreon, patreon.com/5AliveVP.
VP. And, guys, remember you bought it because you love it, and that's all that matters. Watch the wrestling show. It'll be out in a couple minutes.
Basically, like, take a sip of
I
water.
take a crap for